This is something that happened to my husband. Horrible and unfortunate. We have a very happy marriage. My husband is a considerate and gentle husband. He had always been strong. But I don't know when to start. He was losing weight. Every night he wakes up screaming. Ask me if this is all a dream. And every 10 minutes or so, it will be like this once. Every night when I go to bed, he prays bitterly. He was shouting nonsense, begging the Buddha, God bless him, but he wasn't really religious at all. One day I just couldn't bear it anymore. Ask him what's wrong. He looked privately with a look of horror, then whispered in my ear that these days, I keep dreaming about the same person, maybe not human at all. He's been chasing me in my dreams. His voice trembled as he spoke. I solemnly told him that my husband. I don't think so. You're a man. What's so terrifying about a dream? Suddenly his eyes widened. Out of breath. This is not a dream at all. You should know the little Jay next door to us, right? The one who died of a heart attack a few days ago. The night before he died. And I was dreaming about him in my dream. That thing is chasing me again. I ran to Xiao Ji's house. The next day, Jay was dead. Do you know what that means? I'm confused. What does it mean? What do you mean? Husband said suspiciously. Don't you understand? That's the thing that killed Jay. After saying that, my husband began to cry, like a wrong child. A few days later, he woke up screaming in the middle of the night again. As soon as he woke up, he jumped out of bed and rushed out of the room. I shouted to him. He ran out of the room. Husband, what's the matter with you? You're at home now, don't be afraid. You're safe. He's out on the balcony. Shouting back. Impossible, this is still a dream. You're not my wife. You are the devil. I'm going to jump out of here, back to the real world. And then he's going to jump. I rushed up to him at full speed, gave him a big pocket. Maybe it was the pain in his face that woke him up. He said with a shocked look, is it really not a dream? It's not a dream, you're really my wife. I asked him what had happened. He said he was dreaming again. This time it chased him to our house. That thing is 3 or 4 meters high. The head is half. The eye has 3 pupils. All purple skin. Open your mouth. You can see hundreds of disgusting black fangs. He is wearing a black suit. The 2 legs look like goat legs. In the dream, my husband had the courage to yell at him. You're just a dream. But the thing said in a monstrous voice. You're too naive. I am death. Death is me. Ha ha ha. Although he is laughing wildly, but he looks like he's crying. This eerie scene is even more creepy. And those hundreds of teeth make a deafening sound like metal friction. Husband said his eardrums were about to be broken. I can only use all my strength. Spread your legs and run away at full speed. That thing started chasing after it too. Run and shout to meet death. Ha ha ha, under endless fear. My legs don't work anymore. Husband keeps falling and getting up. Soon the thing was in front of him. Open your mouth and roar, about to attack. That was the moment. Husband bit his tongue. I woke up immediately. But the tongue really bleeds a lot. I immediately took him to the hospital. After some inspection, doctors can't find out what he is. What's wrong? After a long period of ideological struggle, we found a Lin Mei. The man's face changed when he saw my husband. Pointing at my husband in horror and shouting, you met him? Looks like this guy is really capable. And I fell to my knees. I cried and begged him to help my husband. He closed his eyes and thought for a moment. Then open your mouth and say, listen. To survive, you must do as I say. First of all, don't sleep at home tonight. Sleep somewhere you've never been before. Don't tell anyone the address, including your family and friends. Second, put on clown makeup before going to bed, or wear a clown mask. Don't let that thing recognize you. Third, if he still appears in your dreams, don't think about anything, just run. That's your only way out. But remember to run to the clearing. Don't run into any friends' houses, otherwise others may suffer. Better to run where there's water, because that thing can't swim. Don't climb the stairs when you see them. He runs faster on the stairs. After saying that, Lin Mei kicked us out. That night, my husband found a humble hotel, drawing a clown and pretending to be asleep. And here's the magic. He really wasn't dreaming about that thing that night. But the next night, I thought I could breathe a sigh of relief and get a good night's sleep. The monster still came, but he didn't recognize it at first glance. Because my husband is wearing clown makeup, the thing tilted its head and stared at him for a long time. He took the opportunity to pinch his hands and feet and slowly stepped back. That thing has been following behind in confusion, but finally recognized it, shouting stupid, trying to lie to me. Then he began to chase after his husband with all his might, running like that all night. The next day he was exhausted. I don't even have the strength to walk. I dragged my tired body to the hospital alone. And he said, oh my god, you're running. How long has it been? Joints and muscles are necrotic. During this time you can only use a wheelchair first, but face the monster that reappears at night. Husband, you can only use your hands to desperately turn the wheelchair to escape. When I wake up again in the morning, he can't even lift his arm. The arm muscles are completely paralyzed. No choice. Husband can only be hospitalized for treatment. From that day on, husband tried his best to restrain himself, trying to stay awake. Don't fall asleep. Although the doctor has been asking that you can only sleep well, rest to recover faster. But my husband drank a lot of coffee, cup after cup. They're not sleep. After 3 days in a row, his condition is getting worse and worse. I have fear and anxiety. Husband is making a fuss in the hospital all day. I begged the doctor to find a way to end it all. The doctor had no choice but to give him a sedative. Also consoled. These things can put you into a deep sleep and can't dream. But he has developed a fear of sleeping, struggling and screaming. I couldn't sleep. I can't sleep. I'm going to die. But the doctor's needle went down anyway. Look at him sleeping. And he said to me, "Ma'am, your husband's mental illness is already serious. I may be sent to the psychiatrist for treatment tomorrow." Then he left the room. But the next day, my husband is already lying on the floor under the bed. Full body contraction. The body is stiff and can't breathe. It seems to have suffered a very brutal attack. He had red spots all over him. Almost all the joints in the limbs were shattered. I even bit off my tongue. Doctors are helpless because they couldn't find any clues. I don't even know. What disease does my husband have? The only thing I can think of. It's the dream my husband mentioned. Is there really a monster that can dream to death? But why is he eyeing me? Man, it's all still a mystery. If you haven't also saw that thing in a dream, remember to run. Run like hell. Don't get caught.